This is the first of 3 overview videos demonstrating how easy it is to create FLIMPs, distribute them, and report on viewer activity. Let's dive right in. I'm going to show you how you could create a nice FLIMP in less time than a TV commercial break. I'm not a designer, but as you'll see, the Digital Canvas platform lets anyone create agency quality work. I've set up a Digital Canvas account for this demonstration, the exact same fully functional account you could get with a free trial, so there's nothing I'll show you that you can't try out yourself right away with your own account. Let me log into my account here. The Digital Canvas dashboard allows people to create and manage FLIMPs, distribute them to target audiences, and generate reports on viewer activity and responses. We're going to create an edit in this demo. We have no FLIMPs on file since this is a brand new account, so let's create one now. But before we create anything, we need to figure out what we want to create. BMW has come up with a very clever video marketing campaign promoting their performance driving schools. They have a fun website called relearntodrive.com, which has funny videos of people teaching someone to drive. You could then click through to a site containing videos of the actual driving school experience. BMW obviously paid a lot of money to a high-end agency for these sites, so maybe they want to let the people in their opt-in list know about it. For the purpose of this demo, let's say that BMW wants to use a FLIMP to let their email opt-in list know about the driving schools and new websites promoting them. So I'll type in the name of a FLIMP here. Performance click OK, and now we have one FLIMP on file. I'll go into Edit Preview, and we're presented with a blank canvas, a blank rectangle we could do whatever we want with. The first thing I'll do is change some properties of the FLIMP itself. I'll go in and I'll select a new background color, and I'll say I want to show the border and make it a little thicker. Click OK, and there it is. Maybe I want to go in and add a shadow to it. I could change the distance of the shadow, the color of the shadow, anything I want here. I could loop the shadow around. But for now, I'll just keep a basic shadow, maybe a little smaller than this, and I'll round the corners just a bit. So I click OK, and now we have the basis for our FLIMP. The first thing I'm going to do after that is add an image. What you could do here is you can upload images off your hard drive, or you could grab them from any URL. For example, if I go to a website, I could right-click the image, do Properties, grab the address of the image, copy it, go back into my FLIMP, paste it in here, and grab it. And there it is. Driving school header. So I click OK. And I can use this right on my FLIMP now, right off of the other website. No need to save it to your hard drive. But I'll get rid of this. So what I'll do is I'll grab one off my hard drive here. I prepared a couple of small images, didn't take too long, right off the BMW site that I'm going to use. Here's one on their new 5 series. I figured this will look good on the driving school thing. Click OK, and now it's in my library. So I use that, and you can add rounded corners and shadows and make these links, but for now I'm just going to place it, and I'll put this way down in the right corner for now. The next thing I'll do is add a label. I'll type in BMW performance driving schools. Let me just do Arial, say 18. You could see the preview here as you're doing what you need to do. And I'm going to make this guy a link. You can make anything in Digital Canvas a link to anywhere. So all you have to do is paste in a URL. So I'll go to their website where we grab that header, and I'll copy this URL out. Go back in here, paste it in, and then I name it. So I'll call it the main page, because that's their, and I'll click OK. Now it's linked to there. So now we have a header here. Flimps are all comprised of labels, single line text, rich text box, which is a multi-line text box, which we'll do in a minute, images, which you already saw, videos, buttons, shapes, or you could even bring in flash animations right into a flimp. So anything you see created with a flimp is based on these, how many are there? 6, 7 things. The next thing I'll do is maybe bring in another image. I'll upload it off my hard drive again. This is the image from the site we just looked at. So I'll call this one Relearn. Click OK. Now this one's in my library. I'm doing this all in real time. This is uploading images to the Flimp servers. You can see how fast it is. So maybe I'll drag this one over here. And the next thing I do, maybe I definitely want a video on this. So what I did before was I grabbed a video off of the BMW website, so we'll import it now. They had a nice video on their website of driving around on the skid pad. So this shouldn't take too long, as you could see. And what you do here is you create thumbnails to represent your video. So as you click, it creates a nice thumbnail. So maybe that one looks good. So what we'll do is we'll call this skid pad video. And we'll say driving school. Click OK. And now we have our video here, and you can see the thumbnail we made representing our video. So we'll click it and we'll say use. And there it is. We'll make it a little smaller. You could choose any size here you want, widescreen if you want, or standard aspect ratio. We'll say just start the video automatically. And we could also add rounded corners and drop shadows to this, but we're going to do something with this one, an inner drop shadow. And we're going to round the corners a little. What the inner drop shadow does, it makes it look like it's kind of embedded right into the flimp. So I'll click OK, and I'll move that video down to this corner. I'm going to save my work so that we don't lose anything. As you're saving, what it does is it creates a snapshot, an exact picture of your flimp, which is used as your thumbnail later on. I'll create another label here. Maybe I'll call this Who Taught You to Drive, which was the tagline on their page, as we saw a minute ago. I'll do let me see, how about 16? I'll make this a little bit grayer. And I'll make this bold. Maybe I'll make the letter spacing. You could do letter spacing if you want. I'll just make it slightly spaced, and I'll add a shadow to this text so that it stands out a little bit. So now I have this here. And the last thing I'm going to add is a text box. You can add text of anything you want off the internet right on here and format it like HTML. So what I'll do is I'll go onto the driving school website, and I'll just grab a couple paragraphs here. And so I'll just hit copy, go back, hit paste, and now it's here. Maybe I'll change it to be 11 point, and we'll change it to be Arial like everything else on the page. So I'll click OK. You could also add shadows. You can make anything in here a link. You can make certain parts bold. And we can place this wherever we want. As we move it around, the scroll bars go in for us if we need them. If we made it big enough, it wouldn't need scroll bars, but since we're going to fit it in this little space. And then one last thing we'll add is a little call to action. Why don't we say relearn to drive.com. Space that out a little, make this Georgia 12 point bold, and then I'll put in a different color here. And I'll make this a link, and I'll link right to their website. And I'll just call this relearn. Click OK. And now we have a little label here. And we could add other things like a link to a gift certificate page that they have on there. Why don't I do that actually? Just in the kind of perfectionist. Buy a gift certificate. We'll go, it's the same thing as the other one. Font color, we'll make it the same color as the other one. Bold. And we'll link over to the gift certificate page, which we'll find on their site here, up the top, gift certificates. So we click there, brings it up. So I'll just copy the URL right out of here, bring it in, type in gift certificate. These little words I'm typing, later on when we look at the reporting, you're going to be able to see how many people clicked on each one of these links. But instead of having this long link that you have to figure out what it is, it'll just say like 55 people clicked on the gift certificates link. So I click OK. And now that's there. I can move things with the arrow if I want. I'll move this video up a little. And now we're going to save. I'll save the updated snapshot. Save successfully. Now we preview. And we are live with the Flimp. This guy, as soon as I saved it, is live on the internet. And if I click one of these links, it would pop up into a, let me see. You probably won't get this on the demo, but it goes right to the other page that we linked to. So there you go. That is create and edit, and you can see how easy it is to make a Flimp.